Thank you, Preeta, for that wonderful introduction. As she said, we go back a long way. We're at the same law firm together, Gibson, Dunn & Crutcher, for a period of time when she got my mail and I got her mail because of the confusion between Preet and Preeta. I want to thank and congratulate the Interfaith Center of New York, and especially Reverend Chloe Breyer, for all of the work that you do, putting together that photo montage, but all the more important work that you do that is so important at this time in America and around the world. And I think that everyone who cares about tolerance and everyone who cares about justice should support the Interfaith Center of New York's commitment to civic engagement for grassroots religious leaders, and I'm more than honored to receive this award this evening. And I think that the values of diversity, inclusivity, and participation have never been more important. So thank you for your work, and thank you also for your message. I would also like to congratulate the other honorees who I met before the event. Thank you for all that you do. I want to acknowledge just a couple of folks here, and I won't go long. My parents are here. They were referred to in the video. It's necessary for me to say thanks, Mom, thanks, Dad, for everything that you have done for me, because it has been pointed out that but for them, I wouldn't be here. But then I also pointed out, but for me, they wouldn't be here at the dinner. My friend Michael Bosworth, who used to work with me when before I got fired. By the way, that wasn't mentioned anywhere. I was fired. I'm doing fine. Thank you. Thanks for being here. Preet also mentioned, it is true, I have an interfaith family, and I think that helps people in my family to think about things like diversity and tolerance. My kids, as you saw in the video and in the introduction, have 4 grandparents, and fortunately all of them are still living. They have a Hindu grandparent, a Sikh grandparent, a Muslim grandparent, and a Jewish grandparent, which I think, if I'm doing the math correctly, makes them Episcopalian. Stop, I have to finish. Let me just end with a very short, serious point, and it's this. In a time of polarization and fights over faith all around the world, I think it's worth remembering the interconnectivity of faith and belief, and how calls to justice and movements to improve the lot of others can reverberate between and among faiths and also over time. Consider, after all, that an American Baptist named Martin Luther King was inspired by an Indian Hindu named Mahatma Gandhi, who had himself been inspired by an American transcendentalist named Henry David Thoreau, who had himself been inspired by a Hindu religious text called the Bhagavad Gita. And that is a cycle of inspiration that transcends not only religion, but also color and nationality, and also time. And the mere fact of that cycle is deeply inspiring if you pause to think about it for even just a moment. And so my hope for all of us in America and around the world, that there is more discussion and thinking about sharing of values rather than fights over faith and the differences that we might have. So thank you again for this honor. Thank you for tonight. I appreciate it.